Hey guys, Anthony here. Just wanted to give you an update on the future of my channel. Recently, I did a live vlog where I played my first ever Run Good tournament. It was close to 30-minute long vlog. It took me days to edit that thing, put it together. So a lot of work, and I got 500-ish views. And I've noticed over, like since late last year until now, that YouTube doesn't seem to be pushing the long form content like it used to for me. And from my research, this is an issue that is affecting people all across YouTube. It's not just a poker related thing. There are a lot of people who created long form content that are just seeing their views tank by 50% or more. I used to get, 1,500 to 3,000 views for my long form videos, and putting in days of work for 500 views is pretty depressing, pretty frustrating. And I've been upping my game as far as like, the thumbnails and so forth and things like that. I've been using AI recently to kind of analyze my channel, analyze my content. It's telling me that my click through rate is really good. Like I'm at, like 12% click through rate on my last three live vlogs, which is really strong. My average view duration is strong. It's, 40% or more. It's frustrating that YouTube isn't pushing it to a wider audience like it used to. And I think there's a few factors involved. One of the big ones seems to be that YouTube late last year kind of did something where they stopped counting views for anyone using ad blockers. So I think that's impacting things somewhat. But I also think YouTube is really pushing the short form content because people these days have short attention spans. They're doom scrolling and they're trying to compete with Instagram, with TikTok. And so YouTube just seems to be favoring that content over the long form and pushing that content more. I could put out a short, which my short form content is just kind of pulled from my long form. It's not really even custom designed to match like, the flashy shorts that you get from like Wolfgang and those other guys. And, I'll get thousands of views on my shorts on Instagram. My shorts are doing really well. I had one that I think hit like 110,000 views. But my long form content on YouTube is just tanking. And so, part of it obviously is that, I've shifted away from, I used to buy in a lot heavier, and with the games playing so big, I'm buying in for less. So, that is going to impact the audience as well. But I also think a lot of it is just kind of the shift that YouTube has gone. Also, YouTube and Google, I think Google owns YouTube, are really against, online gaming. And so, when I was working with Coin Poker last year and then, Club GG, obviously I think YouTube has kind of potentially marked my channel because of that content. And so it doesn't push it as much. It's age restricted some of my content. And so that impacts my ability to grow the existing channel. So what that means for the future is that I'm going to continue putting out, the online content on this existing channel, but I want to work towards creating a new channel, which will initially at least start with short form content, which will be redesigned to be flashier and kind of have the graphics that kind of match what a lot of the other creators are doing, so that it's designed for that format. It's filmed vertically rather than horizontally. So I've started filming that stuff. I have existing shorts that are pulled from my long form content that I'll be putting out over the next month or two, just to keep content out. But I'm kind of shifting away from the long form content, unfortunately, because it just doesn't make sense for me to put days and days of work into getting 500 views. So that's kind of where it's going right now. I'm hoping that by starting the new channel, usually new channels on YouTube get a little bit of a boost from YouTube for visibility to help them grow initially. And I'm not going to be putting any of the online gaming content in there or any of the ads for online gaming content in there. So hopefully that will help me to grow that channel, grow my brand, and get more visibility. Obviously, I'll be putting that content out on Instagram as well as Facebook and potentially Twitter also. So that is kind of the shift that is coming. It's going to take me some time to kind of redesign the layout and, mess around with some graphics and things like that. So that will take some time before that comes out. But that is on the horizon. In addition to that, I am working on something that I'm very excited about. I can't give a lot of details, but I have wanted to be involved with a poker club. I see a lot of things that I think the poker industry as a whole is doing wrong as far as how they structure cash games and tournaments, and how they market themselves too heavily to the overly serious poker enthusiasts, the misregs, the grinders, the traveling pros, the guys with no social skills who've lost sight of the fact that their job at the table is to be an entertainer and to make poker fucking fun. And they sit there and they have glasses, their sunglasses on, their hoodies and their headphones, and a scowl on their face, and they're just miserable. And they don't really make the games fun. They don't make the vibes good. So that is something that has been something I had an opportunity to be involved with previously, but unfortunately, the people that I was working for didn't listen to any of my fucking advice and then wondered why their clubs struggled and eventually failed. So I am in talks with some people. I can't really give a lot of details about it, but there's an opportunity that may present itself within the next year that I am excited for and I'm passionate about. And I'm hoping that it's going to be, an opportunity for me to show that there's another way to do poker outside of a lot of what these clubs and these poker rooms are doing, where you can make poker fun again. You can attract the fun recreational players. You can have that fun vibe, and you can make the game affordable and accessible to new players rather than listening to all these grinders who are pushing for, deeper buy-ins and all these straddles and match the stack and nonstop unlimited reentry for 9 or 11 fucking levels and, multi-bag and all this bullshit that just makes it so much harder for the fun recreational players to have a fighting chance. It keeps them from coming back because the games just are favoring the grinders too much. It's giving too many edges to those players. So I'm hoping that that is something that I will be able to give more details to you guys. I don't know when that's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen. It's still in the very early stages, but something I'm insanely passionate about. I'm very excited for. So keep your fingers crossed. Hopefully that will be something that I will be talking about in the near future. And as always, if you guys have advice or input or feedback or comments or whatever, please leave them down below. I try to reply to everybody. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you guys for, who have been here with me from the beginning or who, just joined over the past year, who follow my journey, who leave comments, who take the time to watch my videos, to like my videos. I really appreciate it. I hate that I'm moving away from the long form content because I know that's really, it builds a stronger bond with your community than the shorts do. But unfortunately, YouTube just isn't pushing it, man. I know creators out there in the poker space who've got hundreds of thousands of viewers and their long form content's getting, 20,000 views, 40,000 views, just very small amounts. And again, it's not just the poker industry, it's people all across YouTube are seeing significant drops in their views on the long form content. So I'm going to have to shift towards, the short form and use that to grow the brand, grow the channel. Hopefully sometime in the near future, we'll see long form showing some love again. And, I'm going to be using AI to kind of help me, analyze things a little bit better, hopefully to find ways to make the editing process a little bit less labor intensive for me. And that's that, man. I appreciate you guys, and please leave some comments, and we will hopefully be in touch in the near future with some additional details on my dream project. So anyway, thanks again. We'll catch you later.